What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Now, before we get into the opening, our Mail Day Monday opening from eBay, there's something that I feel as though I need to talk to you guys about. I feel as though it's my duty as someone who does YouTube, even if it's to less than 200 people, it's something that I feel as though I need to talk about. So as you guys know, we've been having protests all across the United States, and for good reason. I think we're all sick and tired of watching black people suffer because of discrimination and racism. And I think it's time for all of us to come together and end this, because I have seen far too many videos now of people being targeted just for the color of their skin. So I implore all of you to stand up in the face of racism, whether that's at school, whether that's on the bus back home from school, whether it's at work, whether you see it on the street. What you do and what you say will make a difference. That doesn't mean you have to go to protest. That just means you have to stand up for your fellow human beings. And I really don't believe that's too much of an ask for us to do that. But that's all I really want to say on the matter. I want to get back to Pokemon because that's what my channel's about. But I felt as though I needed to say something because I know I'm sick to my stomach about it. And I know probably all of you guys are too. We can make a difference together. So that's enough on that topic. Let's get to the opening. Let's go have some fun. So today we have two things that came in the mail, but actually one of them came maybe 2 months ago. And I just never opened it because I want to keep it sealed anyway. And I wanted to save it for opening with something else because it's rather small. So the first thing we're going to open, I found this on eBay. Now it's packed with cards. It's not that big. I think the lot was 40 cards. I'm not quite sure. I think I got a pretty good bargain on this. So I can't wait to show you what's inside this. And now I have this big package that I've yet to open. I've not seen what's inside. I know what's inside, but I haven't seen it. So that'll be exciting too. So the first part, we will open this one, and then the second part, this one. So let's just crack this stuff open and see what's inside. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with this very cool, I think it's like a vintage booklet. It's very nice. I like that they kept it in here. So I got this for, I think it was $38. I got a discount on it, and it came out as like $43 or so with shipping. So here is what it is. It is a vintage card lot. Now I will take out the cooler cards. So right here, there's only two that are, or two or three that are English, and they're all on this front page. I'll just put it like that. So here's the first Japanese card. It's a Misty's Tentacruel. Now what I'm going to say is most of these cards are in great condition. This card here actually has like a crease on the back a little bit. Yeah, you can see it there. But on the front, it's pretty much perfect. I love that. I love Misty's Tentacruel. It's very, very cool. So we go to the next page. We have Misty's Golduck. This is one of my favorite pages. In fact, this is my favorite page. We'll bring out Misty's Golduck here. It's very difficult to keep that page open. Misty's Golduck. So all the holos are in Japanese. Most of the cards are in Japanese. And as you know, I absolutely adore Japanese Pokemon. And we have the Lieutenant Surge's Magneton down here, which is very cool. Now, I forget what this trainer card is called, but it is awesome. The holo on it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I can't remember what it's called. That's the problem with the Japanese cards, especially the trainer cards. I can't remember what they're called. So they're very, very cool. Now, I did have one Pokemon in this slot here. And it is gone to get graded at PSA. The reason being is because it was in perfect condition. It is the reason that I bought this lot. And I was very, very excited, and I was sending things off to PSA the next day. So I had to make a very quick decision, and I decided to put it to PSA, but I'm going to keep it a secret because I'm going to be doing a PSA opening. So you will see what card this was. Hopefully it will be a 9 or a 10. I'd be very happy with either of those. The rest of these are non-holographics, but they're all very cool vintage Japanese cards. I'll just flick through them. I believe this one down here is Lieutenant Surge's Spy. The problem with the Japanese cards that I find is that it's very hard to get an exact market value for these cards. Of course, I don't read Japanese, so Japanese sites are really no use to me. Although I can translate them to English, the problem is actually finding them. Another reason why I bought this lot is for this card right here. I'll let it flick to the back. Misty's Tears. This is a very, very sought after card, especially over here in the United States or in Europe. And the reason being is because this was never released in English because they thought that this would be too graphic for the US or European audience. I don't know if it was banned in Europe, but I know for sure it was banned in the USA. The reason being is because Misty is naked, and although you cannot see anything, they thought this was too raunchy for the American audience in the 1990s. So they changed the artwork of Misty's Tears, and I just think it's so cool that there is a selection of cards which were banned, and this is my first banned card. I believe there's a Grimer, there is another trainer card. I think there's a handful of cards that are banned, but this is the one I really wanted. The price does vary on this. Like I was saying before, to find the market price of these things is impossible. Some websites were putting it as $65. Some eBay people were selling it for upwards of $100. So it's really, really difficult to find the market price for these cards. Now, if you do know a site which I can 100% rely on for a market price of Japanese cards, please let me know, because I find it so difficult to find one. So I tried to go off of eBay, Troll and Toad sometimes. TCG Player has some Japanese cards, but they don't have many. So we'll flick through the rest. They're not quite as exciting. These are just some Gym Challenge, Gym Hero cards here. Very, very cool. I love this Vulpix right here with a Pokeball in its mouth. And this one too. Very cool to have two Vulpix. Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful cards. I absolutely love the Japanese artwork, as you all know. So that was it. That was it. The most exciting card you guys don't actually get to see because it's off the PSA, but I am so excited about it. I am hoping that it does return as a good graded card, and I'm sure it will, because when I inspected it, it was pretty darn good. So I thought this was a pretty good investment. I think I got, at the very least, my money's worth, if not a lot more. Plus the binder is very, very cool, and I'm just going to keep them in there. The person who obviously had these before me looked after them extremely, extremely well. Now, as you can see, this one is sealed. Oh, no, it's sealed, so I'm just going to quickly open it and then slide the rest out. So here we go, and it's in another mailer, which is awesome, and I've cut the side, and here we go. This is a Neo. It's very hard to get it all in the in the frame. This is a Neo Pokemon card, kind of like collector binder, and now it's full of Pokemon cards. Already. It's not something you kind of buy and put your own Pokemon cards in. But as you can see in here, and like especially up here, the cards have kind of fallen out of place, which is a bummer. I'm not really sure that I even want to open this. You know, I think I might buy like another one. These are not very hard to come by. This is the first one, I think. I think there's 3 of these packs. There's the Neo 1, 2, and 3, and this is the first one. This is around $20. As you can see, you got a Feraligatr holo there. There's Totodile down here, Chikorita up here. This card up here, which is, I think, I can't see quite what it is falling. So basically, it's all the starters and their evolutions. But it's very cool that you get like a holo, and you get a holo of all the other ones as well. You got Typhlosion and Bayleaf. I can see Bayleaf is up here. So yeah, I think this is super, super cool. It's a very cool collector's item, but I may go purchase one where the cards are not falling out. So that would be like a little bit better so I can actually open this one. So yeah, this one's around $20. I bought this for like $19.50, but the ones after that, I think the 2 and 3 are more expensive because they're harder to find. I see a lot of these floating around on eBay, so they're not difficult to find. But the other ones seem to have less listings and be more expensive. So I will get probably another one of these, and if I do, I will just crack this one open. And I will be hunting for the other two at a reasonable price. It's probably better to try get the bundle of 3 rather than trying to buy them all separately. So yeah, I thought these two were very cool purchases. eBay has been very good to me recently, but like I said, it takes a long time to find things of quality. It's not often you're gonna find a nice seller who's gonna give you their binder full of cards which are not played with at all. I know the Tentacruel had a little bit of damage on it, but the Golduck, for example, is almost perfect. I was thinking about getting this one graded, but I knew it would probably be closer to a 7 or an 8. Maybe even lower than that because of the scratching on the hollow. But aside from that, it's a very nice collector's piece. I'm not really one for perfect cards. I just want to kind of complete my collection. But those cards which are perfect, I will try to send off to PSA to get the very best grade possible. But this is my very first time sending to PSA, so fingers crossed I get some good grades back and they're not all horrible. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This was definitely a lot of fun opening this, all these vintage kind of cards. So later in the week we have our mystery opening, which was always a lot of fun for me. And then on Friday I have yet to decide what we're gonna open. It may be a booster box, it may be something completely different. I don't really know yet. I'm trying to see which items are actually gonna arrive by Friday, and if not, we'll think of something to do. So thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, have a great week, and thank you as always. Take care.